Please welcome Vince, the Anomaly Cachero.
Welcome to Club Nokia at L.A. Live for the 135-pound championship bout for the vacant bantamweight title between Vince Cachero and Demar George.
Vince, one of our favorite fighters to have here at the U.
Three-time veteran of the University of Mixed Martial Arts from Hawaii, currently training with Systems Training Center.
Yes.
Out of Hawthorne, California.
You know, we love Systems. We've said it before, we'll say it again. These guys come in well-rounded, always ready to fight. Vince, he participated in the draft combine at the UFC Expo in July. He's from Santa Clara University, graduated in 2011, is that what it was? He's one of the managers at Systems, and he's just really a well-rounded fighter. He has fluid movement, transitions, really sticky wrestler, great boxer. He controls his distance, he rolls with the punches. He's very patient, and he knows what he's doing in the cage. That's why he's fighting for the belt.
Well, this is actually a really fascinating fight, because not only is it a title fight, it's also a rematch between Vince Cachero and Demar George. The last time they met each other in the cage was about 2 years ago here at Club Nokia L.A. Live. In that fight, Demar George seemed to have the better of the striking, but he got taken down twice off of kicks against Vince Cachero.
Yeah.
And once he got to the mat, Vince just dominated the grappling game.
I remember that. And, you know, speaking of that, Demar has said how much he's grown since that fight. So this is really fun to see a rematch between these two fighters and see how much each of them has grown since 2013.
This is going to be a fascinating matchup, and I see this being very similar of can Vince Cachero control this and turn it into a grappling match, or can Demar George keep it at striking distance and put hands on Vince?
Yeah.
And his opponent, Demar George.
And on the opposite side of the cage, from Dream Killer Fight Team, 35-year-old Demar George, making his fourth appearance here at the University of Mixed Martial Arts.
Both of these guys making their fourth appearance here at the U of MMA. Demar, awesome fighter. He's always looking to finish. He will go for a submission anytime, but he's also really capable of powering out of moves, and he's a great Muay Thai background. He's really confident in his striking, and he told me backstage that he's really been working on his mental game, just like all of his other teammates at Dream Killer have said. That's an aspect that they have definitely taken into account in this last training camp.
Fighting out of Norwalk by way of Missouri, Demar George's key to victory tonight is defending those takedowns.
And since Dream Killer doesn't have a home gym, we've talked about this, they have the opportunity to travel around and train with different camps, and Demar has been training at Coast Fitness with Pedro Munoz, which is where Dream Killers are right now, but he's also been going to Black House and training with those guys, and we all know that that's where the big boys are.
Yeah, who trains at Black House again?
I think some dude named Anderson Silva.
Oh, I think I heard of that guy.
Some other guy named Machida?
Lyoto Machida?
Something like that.
The Dragon? No way.
Something like that. You know, it's not like they don't have a laundry list of fighters that dominate.
Not to mention some very talented fighters who've been here, including Shohei Yamamoto, who trained at CSW and Black House.
Shohei.
Ooh, talented striker.
Shohei. And Jose Jovel.
Jose Jovel from Dream Killer Fight Team, holder of the fastest knockout in U of MMA history.
Absolutely.
So Demar George not short on company to keep his level up.
Not.
And tonight he's got up against some stiff competition in 25-year-old Vince Cachero.
And there's Jose in his corner. Good to see him. Both these guys, really personable, awesome guys. We really love having them here. Always exciting.
This is the first ever 135-pound championship here at the University of Mixed Martial Arts.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Very excited to see who will be crowned the inaugural bantamweight champion at the U of MMA If you want to get more information on the University of Mixed Martial Arts, you can visit uofmma.com. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at uofmma. You can find me, Rich Slayton, on Twitter at MMA Comic or on Instagram at Rich Slayton. And follow my partner here, Donna Gonzalez, on Twitter at Donna Gonzalez and on Instagram at DonnaGG.
And that's D-A-W-N-A.
D-A-W, Dawn.
Donna.
Donna.
And for all your funny needs, you and Rich with the comedy. MMA Comic.
That's me. Oh, yeah, I do tell jokes occasionally.
Couple.
Well, this fight is no joke, and let's kick it off inside the cage with Salvador Arellano.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is the co-main event of the evening. Scheduled for three-minute rounds for the vacant University of Mixed Martial Arts Bantamweight Championship title. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a kickboxing and jiu-jitsu practitioner. He comes to this fight with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. He stands at 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighed in officially at 135.6 pounds. Representing Systems Training Center from Kaneohe, Hawaii, Vince the Anomaly Cachero. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter. He brings a record of 2 wins and 4 losses to the cage. 1 win coming by way of knockout. He weighed in officially at 134.2 pounds, and he fights with the Dream Killer Fight Team from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, Demar George.
Okay, guys, you heard our instructions in the back. Give us a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Any question, blue corner. Any question, red corner. Touch gloves. Get ready to rock and roll.
Referee
Man
Larry
in charge of the
Landless.
action, Larry Landless.
There you go, Larry Landless in charge of the action tonight.
Good friend of the
Matchmaker Jay Tan and President Turi Altavia making it official that the hardware is on the line.
Rub the belt for good luck.
The winner tonight's gonna go home with something heavy around his waist. Loser, something heavy around his heart.
That's not funny, but Rich is.
Aww. This is the University of Mixed Martial Arts. It starts here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this fight. These guys are both so awesome.
Now again, notice the more experienced fighters, Demar George using that lateral movement.
Yeah.
Vince Cachero stalking.
Even though we have 3 minutes, and these guys are more experienced, they can't wait that much time to get in, that long to get in the fight. They don't have 5 minutes.
Nice outside kick from Cachero.
Nice.
George switching stances often. Little feeling out process here as we get to the end of the first minute of this round. Ooh, outside again from George.
That might have hurt his foot. He kicked a little low.
Demar keeping that right hand cocked and ready. Vince Cachero just stone-faced.
Nice back spinning kick. Spinning back kick. You know what I meant.
Now inside for Cachero. And Demar George letting it fly.
Cachero was able to defend all of those. None of them really got inside.
Of the 2 fighters here, Demar George, the only one with a finish, a TKO victory over Han Lee here at the U.
Oh, look at that. Han with a very interesting style.
Enigmatic even.
Yes.
Cachero very patient. Both wins by decision.
Going for that takedown. Can he finish it? Demar's doing a great job of sprawling and defending it in this position. He's got his overhook in, but Cachero is really working to get him off balance.
Vince knows how to work from this position. He works here often.
Yeah.
Both in his last fight against Demar George and his most recent victory here in March against Michael Daddario.
Yes. And he got the takedown. Let's see what Demar can do.
30 seconds remaining. So this is going to be a very interesting round to score if Vince can't do a whole lot. And looks like Demar's got him tied up pretty well.
Yeah, he's got that overhook in pretty tight. Vince needs to get his arm out and do work, or all he has is the takedown. But judges score for that, so that's still good for him to get. And now he's got a little punches coming in at the end as Demar goes for a counter takedown, and it looks like he might get it. Yep, right at the bell.
Really tough round to score.
So does that mean that's an even round since they both got a takedown and weren't able to advance?
Is that what it could be?
Shut up. Oh.
such a tough round to score. You know, you have Demar George, definitely more active in the striking. I don't know if on the feet Vince might have let loose one or two strikes total, whereas Demar George those leg kicks consistently, throwing a couple of flurries, a couple of nice combinations. And then Vince Cachero with the takedown at the end. It's not a lot to work with.
Right. I think they need to, even though they are being patient and maybe giving us a chess match, somebody's going to need to turn it up just a little bit, come forward a little bit more, and give us a little bit more action, because you're not giving the judges a lot to judge off of and score from that.
I expect to see Vince come out and go for the takedown earlier in this next round.
Okay.
Demar George, I would not be surprised if the judges scored that round one in Demar George's favor, just for being the more active fighter and for that counter takedown at the end.
Right.
And just on that alone, I think you might have the slight edge for Demar George. So I expect Vince to come out earlier and get the fight into his world as fast as possible.
Sure. Is Vince not sweating? I don't see any sweat on Vince.
Well, he barely moved in that round. He was so calm in the first round, not much chance to look up a sweat.
Yeah, he's going to need to turn it up, both of them. Ooh, nice uppercut.
You know, Demar George has been landing this Vince. There we go. Now some more exchanges.
Woo.
Oh, that spinning kick.
That hit his face.
I think the flat of the foot caught the face. The heel might have caught the shoulder. Outside from Cachero. Straight right, then uppercut from George.
There we go. There it is.
And now
there's the takedown you were looking for.
A lot earlier. You got to think that was some direct coaching from the corner of Vince Cachero.
He landed right in side control, and
Ian Harris, quite the smart tactician.
That's why it's fight science.
And now there you go, Vince Cachero in the corner. You can see his coach Ian Harris talking him through the process. And now, there goes Vince spinning.
But he didn't have enough space to spin all the way around this, behind Demar, and so they ended up in this position, and now he's going to Demar's back.
That's the danger of committing putting your shoulder so deep on a single leg.
Yeah. Demar's got to be really careful. You see how his arm's inside, so he can end up in. Well, his arm's trapped.
That arm's trapped.
Yeah, his arm's trapped, and he can end up in a reverse triangle, or he can just take a whole bunch of punches to the face, just like Vince is doing.
A lot of punches there right now. That arm under.
But he still has that one arm. Demar still has the one arm to defend with. So, man.
Vince Cachero scoring points here in round number 2.
Yeah.
As we enter the final minute, now Vince looks like he's got that under the chin.
Locked in. I don't know if Demar's going to be able to get out of this. It looks pretty tight, but it's not under his chin.
It's on the mouth.
Across his jaw, which means it's just uncomfortable. There you go.
And that's a veteran there. That's someone who's been in that position
can stay calm. Yeah.
and understands it's pain, it's not submission.
Absolutely. You tap because something's going to break, not because it hurts. But Vince has got to work to advance his back position. He's a little bit on the side. And those gloves, we've talked about this, the gloves really impair the fighter from getting their hands underneath the chin. But he did a great job of trapping Demar's arm. If he could have kept that, that's a great. Oh,
and now he's turning for an armbar. 16 seconds
left. Can he straighten it out?
Plenty of time to finish it. Oh, that looks nasty.
Oh my goodness. If Demar's got to jump over, but he's still got to defend, and he's got his leg over him, which is preventing Vince from putting his knees together and finishing that armbar, but he's putting it to the side, very Ronda Rousey-esque.
Wow.
And Demar was able to get his elbow out.
You know, even though that submission wasn't finished, it wasn't all the way tight in, you gotta wonder if there's been some damage there to the joint for Demar George.
Damage and how it's gonna look on the scorecard.
Sure.
But for sure that's gonna hurt, yeah. Of course, there's so much adrenaline pumping through these guys right now, they're not gonna feel that much. He's gonna feel it tomorrow.
Oh yeah, when he goes to pick up his cup of coffee.
Right?
He's like, oh, I don't really have an arm anymore.
Hey.
Demar George, so tough.
The lovely Sienna.
You were talking, yeah, the lovely Sienna. You can see her on Sienna Spalding TV on YouTube, where you can get tips on a lot of things, including pole dancing, beauty, and lifestyle.
And there's the lovely Lindsay.
Lindsay Kimura, the co-founder of the Pole Championship Series.
Yes. Very athletic ladies doing some really cool moves on the pole.
So we're going into this third round. You got to think the key is decide where the fight happens. If Demar George can keep us on the feet, this third round can go in his favor, and that can be the fight.
Yes.
If Vince Cachero can put Demar George on his back, he can get that decision in the third round, win this fight.
I say whoever brings the most intensity is going to get it this round.
So here we go. 3 more minutes to decide who will leave with the hardware. Demar George in the red corner, Vince Cachero in the blue corner.
Lots of coaching coming from the audience.
Oh, yes.
Everybody always
Hit
knows.
him!
Knock him out.
Vince Cachero infinitely relaxed right now. Demar,
I think he needs to turn that up.
nasty punches here!
That wobbled him.
A mean kick followed by some punches, but now Vince Cachero trying to put this game in his world.
Going for that takedown, and he is determined to get it. He got it.
Cachero
Let's see
high on
what
that single
Vince
leg.
can do from this position. Demar is going to need to work that guard or get him out of it because you don't want to take punches from that position.
You know, in this case, that butterfly might be a little more challenging for Demar George rather than beneficial.
But it just helped Vince pass.
And there goes Vince stepping over.
And now Vince is able to work those elbows, and he has Demar with his head up against the cage, which is not a good place to be because there's nowhere for you to push off of. Demar's got to get himself off of that cage, or at least turn himself around so his feet are in that position and his head's towards the ring.
And now
nice
full
pass
pass
from Vince. Oh, going to side control, and Demar was able to recover.
Reaching the halfway point in our third and final round.
There he goes for that pass again. Can he get his leg all the way out? 3/4 guard right now.
And there goes Vince dropping some hammer fists.
Demar getting that Z guard in, trying to push Vince off of him, and he let his leg slide out. There he goes for that. He passed. Now he's in side control and going for the armbar again, but wasn't able to maintain that overhook.
And then now
Or
Demar
enough
George
for the
back to his
armbar.
feet.
He still does have the overhook, but now he's going for the Kimura. Oh, nice!
Beautiful sweep from Vince Cachero using that Kimura.
This is the second time we've seen an armbar attempt from this position tonight. Not from Vince, but in another fight.
Very interesting foot battle.
Yeah.
And Cachero now takes the mount. 30 seconds left.
And I think it's very smart of him to go for the punches as opposed to go for a submission right now.
George trying to survive. Vince Cachero looking to posture up and rain down blows.
Vince ending strong with those punches.
Big punches from the top.
Awesome on the scorecards for Vince.
Yeah, that could be the tide turner right there.
I totally agree.
So it's in the books, folks. 9 minutes of amateur mixed martial arts action at the 135-pound weight limit.
For the new champion.
Someone will go home with the belt. Someone will go home with welts.
So someone will go home with both.
Man, I should be a rapper.
Or not.
That's also a good idea. Now notice again, still no sweat from Vince Cachero, which makes me wonder.
Did he have a hard weight cut?
That's the question for me now.
Or is he just not a sweater?
Yeah, but they did get, I mean, you think the grappling exchanges would have put it up enough?
Something, right? I don't know.
You know, I've heard some people have no pores on their core. I've heard that.
Really?
Yeah, I made it up right now.
Okay.
I heard that from me a minute ago.
Okay. Well, as a person myself with a hyperhidrosis who sweats like a sweat factory, I cannot relate.
Well, the fighters exchanging a moment. You know, they say you really get to know someone once you spend some time in the cage.
Hey, you know, you're sharing a moment that nobody really, not a lot of other people in the world can understand. You guys just beat on each other for however long you just fought, and, you know, either you bond or you end up hating each other.
Two distinct
I like the guys who
possibilities.
bond. I like the guys who bond and see this as a sport that they're all part of. I love it. And these guys, you know, giving each other's hugs, showing the great sportsmen that they are.
Interesting note, the snapback has become the go-to hat of our generation. It used to be the fitted, that 5950.
Yeah, but if the snapback, you can just give it to anybody. The fitted, you have to know what size their head is.
You know what? That's a
Much
great call.
better marketing tool to have a snapback. What?
Take notes, people. Marketing tips from the University of Mixed Martial Arts. Speaking of which, you can find out more about the U of MMA at uofmma.com or follow us on Twitter and Instagram at uofmma. Also find us on Facebook. Plenty of information about the fights happening all the time. Pictures, videos. You can hear my voice even more.
Even more. And who doesn't want to hear that?
I think my sister?
Oh, for sure.
She heard it for years.
Yeah.
Now she just rolls her eyes
We
when
can
I talk.
add my brother in for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. To find out who will be your new 135-pound champion at the University of Mixed Martial Arts, let's go inside the cage with Salvador Arellano.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Herb Dean scores a fight 29-28. Judge Jen Takos scores a fight 30-27. Third and final judge Chris Crail scores a fight 30-25. All in favor for your winner by unanimous decision and new University of Mixed Martial Arts bantamweight champion, out of the blue corner, Vince the Anomaly Cachero.
All right, I'm here with the winner and new bantamweight champion, Vince Cachero. Vince, how does that sound?
Sounds amazing. I'm due for some gummy bears, some Disneyland, some boiling crab.
Vince, you look great. You were very patient and methodical on your feet coming into this fight. Was that the game plan against Demar?
Absolutely. You know, I know Demar's tough. We fought before. He hits really hard. He hit me hard this fight too. I didn't expect anything less out of him. But with all due respect to him, I visualized this fight a million times, and I saw me winning every time. So it was just the whole game plan was to come out, be relaxed, let the fight go where it goes, and take it from there.
Well, it was a fun fight. You really controlled a lot of it. He looked like he rocked you for a part of that fight, but you also had him in a really tight armbar. Are you surprised that he didn't tap to that submission?
I'm surprised, but you know, he's a tough guy. He's a real tough guy. I trust my jiu-jitsu. I thought the rear naked was close, but I thought for sure I had that armbar. The dude's tough. I give it up to him.
Well, you are our new bantamweight champion. Is there anybody else you'd like to thank?
Absolutely. We got a few kids here from the Mana Kids Foundation. I don't know where they're at, but that's my charity. We help underprivileged kids get into martial arts program here in LA. So for sure, check us out online, vincecachero.com. And big shout out to the Boiling Crab family. They donated so much money to the Kids Foundation just yesterday, and you know, it's amazing to get their support. So I hope to see you guys all again soon. I'll defend this bad boy as soon as I can. And all the credit to my team, my coaches, head coach Ian Harris, my teammates. Without them, I'm nothing, man. We got a great team at Systems Training Center, so I'll give it all to them.
Well, it was a great fight here at the University of Mixed Martial Arts. You are the top student at 135 pounds. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen, Vince Cachero.
your winner and new champion, Vince Cachero.
Good job, champ.